All right. Five. All right, I'm on live. Hello, everyone, if you're joining. I'm going to get my sister on here shortly, and we are going to talk all things new detox. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. We're excited to share what we've been working on for the last few weeks and months, and why it's needed and how it's different. Do you see me on live? There you are.
Okay, I'm requesting to join. Yeah, I just requested to join.
Okay. There we are. Hi. All right. There we go. This is much better for you on Instagram. We were going to share our screen, but I don't think that would work as well. All right. Well, now that Julie has joined us, let's get started. So Julie and I, as founders of A Natural Shift, we are always thinking just about how we can lead you to better health, how we can make it easy, and how we can make it impactful, because there are so many things that we could focus on, and we know that can be overwhelming. But we have found that detox is absolutely crucial to living this lifestyle, because if you really leave out that piece, not only is it going to take you so much longer, I'm really not sure that you're ever going to get to that high level of health that you really want to get, have that energy, have that vitality. And it's actually, that's why it's our third pillar in our upgrade method. Because, when we get clogged up over time with all of the different things that we come in contact with, I like to kind of think about it as our rain barrel. Our rain barrel is something that is constantly being filled with things like heavy metals and pesticides, stress, tap water, your home environment, personal care products, a lot of different things like that maybe are smaller things, but they really add up over time. And so your rain barrel, or your body, is kind of what I'm referring to that as. It slowly gets filled up. And so when that starts to spill over, that's when we really see these big disease states. And that didn't happen by accident. I was actually just talking about that yesterday. It's such an important topic because I think people think it just happens to us. We're either going to have these diseases or we're not. And we hope we don't. There are things that we can do to be preventative, and detox is one of those things. And so we want to empty that rain barrel before it overflows. And one of the best ways to do that is a detox. And so we have we have cleanses and we have resets. And I really want Julie to explain kind of why this is different, how it's different, and why we wanted to create this new detox program.
Yeah, sure. I'm super excited about this. So, excuse me. Let's just start by going way back. I'm going to take you on a little journey here. Let's go way back to when Carrie and I actually did our very first detox. I'm thinking it was maybe around 15 years ago, because I don't think my kids were born yet, and they're 14. So, it was a long time ago. Let's just say that it was a long time ago. And I'm not even going to lie. It was terrible. It was I just remember, Carrie, I don't know if you remember this, but I just remember making this broccoli soup. It was the most disgusting thing I had ever eaten. It was nothing but literally, I think, broccoli and water mixed up. That's what it seemed like. And I just remember
thinking that out. I don't remember that.
I just distinctly remember the recipes that came along with this detox were awful. And I just remember thinking, I just don't know about this. I remember eating quinoa. It was a recipe that called for dried quinoa. So you toasted it. Y'all, just don't ever do that, because I couldn't poop for days. I know that's TMI, but I'm just saying that's not what you want on a detox, right? So we did not know what we were doing, but we know enough to know that our bodies needed cleansing and a little bit of help every now and then. So that kind of started our detox journey, I guess you could say. And then a lot has, transpired over the years, but it really started with us just being curious. And so maybe that's where you're at. You're curious. You're like, oh, I I don't feel really great. A lot of the times I have brain fog. I don't have energy, that kind of stuff. I'm holding on to weight that I wish I could release. Then be curious and start looking into doing a detox yourself. So kind of fast forward over the next several years, we kind of tried out different cleanses. We'd see one and we're kind of, we always do everything together. Like if Carrie sees a detox, she's like, "Hey, you want to do this?" I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, I'll definitely do it with you. Like sometimes you're like, "Yeah, I want to do it." And then sometimes you're like, "I'm not sure, but sure, it's healthy. I'm going to do it." So, I would encourage you to maybe find a person like that in your life that you can do things with. If not, hey, you've got us. You've got a community that likes to do these things like cleanses and detoxes periodically. So you can totally join us, and we'll be kind of your accountability. That's kind of what we are for each other, accountability partners, sort of. So like I said, we tried out several different detoxes, and then we finally came to the conclusion. We were like, let's just create our own that we can incorporate some healthy recipes. Now, during a detox, you're obviously eliminating certain foods that we know cause our body to have to work harder to digest them. And it's just good to periodically take a pause from certain foods like meat, dairy, sugar, of course, gluten, those kind of things. So that's when we created the 7-day shift cleanse. Now, many of you have probably participated with us doing that cleanse. There's over 100 of you in our private Facebook group. And we still have that available on the website. So I would say I know Carrie asked me to kind of break down like why we created this new one, but how it's kind of a little bit different than these other two that we have. So let's just kind of talk about that. The 7-day shift cleanse, I really feel like is a great starting point. So like if maybe you've never, ever done a detox or a cleanse and you're like, I just don't really know how committed I might be. This is literally just eating whole foods. Now we have options that you can use supplements with it, but you don't even have to do that. You could just do the food portion, and that's up on our website. It's for 7 days. You still get access to the private Facebook group. And there will still be people in there. January is obviously a big, detox cleansing month. So there will still be people in there going back and doing this cleanse, because once you purchase the cleanse, you have lifetime access. So you can do it as many times as you want to, and you only pay for it that one time. So that's the great thing. You can continue to do it. So that is an option. It comes with a full ebook. So maybe if you've never done anything like this, you want to check that out.
Yeah.
Then we decided to create a reset, that we call it. And it incorporates the Whole30 way of eating, because we're primarily paleo, I would say, Carrie and I, we primarily eat that way. And it made sense I think we were kind of already doing that a little bit. And it made sense for us to want to do the Whole30. And Whole30 is very popular, especially in January. A lot of people do Whole30. So that might be something also, that you want to check out. We have a Whole30 meal plan cookbook. That's one of the things that I would always hear with people who were doing Whole30 is like, I'm so sick of eating the same thing, like these recipes I find online, they're good, but you just get tired of it if you're doing it frequently, like several times a year. And then maybe you're trying to eat that way most of the time. You maybe kind of get tired of it. So in the cookbook that we have, it's actually 6 weeks. So we do the first 30 days that are, of course, strictly Whole30. You get meal plan, grocery list, and recipes. And then we do a 2-week reintroduction phase. So there are actually recipes in there to show you how to reintroduce the foods that you've eliminated. And that actually helps you to see maybe your body was reacting to something like grains, and maybe you don't tolerate those well. That was a way that I personally was able to figure out that I don't really tolerate some even gluten-free grains very well, like quinoa. Hello. But I do like oats. I can eat oats fine. So anyway, that's just something for you to think about. I'm sure you've heard of Whole30 before. This is not a new concept, but that's a really
quick one thing, Julie, I wanted to mention. So we both offer food sensitivity testings in our own like kind of separate practices. But if you didn't want to invest in that yet, or if you just didn't know, you kind of wanted something that you could do that would be less costly, like Whole30 is a great option for you to kind of figure out what your body is, really doesn't like. And one of the best ways to do that is the food reintroduction period. And the way that Julie has it laid out in the cookbook that she created for us, it makes it like a no-brainer. Sometimes it can kind of be a little bit confusing with the reintroduction phase. So I would just encourage you to really, if you do a Whole30, to make sure you do that phase as well, especially if it's your first time.
Yeah, that's a great point. And also, we have a guided Facebook group. There's also a cleanse with supplements that you can do along with that. All of that information is on the website. So right now, until our new program comes out in January, we have had the 7-day shift cleanse and then the 30-day reset that is the Whole30. And I just want to tell you guys, I was thinking, and I was actually looking back through some of the through the groups, the 2 groups, and kind of some of the feedback that we've gotten about the cleanses and the reset over time is just things like, I have more energy than I ever thought that I could. I didn't know that I could go a week without coffee. So it kind of, these cleanses and detoxes teach you and give you confidence in the fact that you can do hard things. Like, you may look at something and go, oh my gosh, I could never do that. And then when you do it, do you know how empowering that is? And it makes you think, okay, what else could I do? And that's really, to me, a lot of how your health journey kind of begins, is you start to see and build confidence in yourself that you can do these things. Also, one person said, I didn't know healthy food could taste this good. So that's huge, right? If you have never, if you kind of look at food and you think people eat healthy and you're like, oh, that probably tastes terrible. Well, one thing you should know about us is we don't eat anything that tastes bad. Kind of like that first detox I was talking about. Like, if I had to do that, I'm just going to be honest, I probably wouldn't do a detox if I had to eat that kind of stuff. I'm just being honest. So we are, definitely all about creating food choices for you, recipes for you that actually taste really good, but are also cleansing to the body and detoxing to the body. Because there are a lot of foods that actually naturally detox the body, so we'll incorporate some of those. So now let's I know you asked me, I haven't gotten to it yet, but let's talk about what's coming in January. Yes. So having those 2 programs, we were thinking, in January, a lot of people do Whole30. And then we typically do our 7-day shift cleanse, but we were kind of like, I really feel like I want to go deeper and do something that detoxes and cleanses the body even deeper. And so that's kind of how we came about putting this program together. So Carrie's going to talk in just a few minutes about the first 7 days of the program is a functional medicine detox. And Carrie and I did this together in like September or October, and it was just phenomenal, the results that we both had. And so we were like, we have to bring this to our community. But honestly, there were some things that were missing. That 7-day portion was great. There weren't a lot of great recipes, or really no recipes came with it. So of course we want to create some good recipes, but then, one of the things, and I know we'll talk about this too in just a little bit. One of the things that we hear a lot with the other cleanses and resets is, I don't really know what to do afterwards. I want to maintain some of these healthy habits, and I don't really know how to ease back into sort of real life, because let's be honest, you're not going to eat that same way. I mean, you really shouldn't even eat that same way. You need to incorporate, maybe, add back in some of the things that that we eliminate during the detox period. So that is kind of just in a nutshell why we decided to create this program, because we had such great results with the functional medicine detox. And then we wanted to also show you how you can ease back into life after detox. And honestly, from our other programs, something that we wanted to include that is not in those other programs is things about mindset, because a lot of this is mindset. Most everything is about mindset and movement. That's another thing that's really important when you're detoxing. And so all of that will be part of this program. So we are super excited. We've been working really, really hard on it. I think I know we were going to talk about the difference in the programs, and I think I kind of
did a good job explaining it though. I think you did a good job explaining it.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
just wanted to make sure I had covered that. Okay. So Carrie, now how about you talk about the 7-day detox portion, the functional medicine detox portion? Kind of what does that entail? Let's talk about that.
Yeah. So like Julie said, I mean, we have other programs that are great. They're a great starting point. There may be a good progression, but this is really an intensive detox. I mean, it's called a functional medicine detox, and it really accesses the level 1 and level 2 detox pathways in your liver, which are very, very important when you think about getting a really good cleaning of your house. So every 6 minutes, all your blood is circulated through your liver, and your liver is literally like a filter that filters out your blood. Sort of like a car filter, if you want to think about it like that. Your liver removes impurities that have, we've come in contact with through our environment, through our food, all kinds of different things. And just like your car filter is very dark and nasty and you need to replace it, you need to do the same thing with your liver. You can't physically replace it, right? But something like this really will give it a great cleaning so that it can do its job even better. Because the thing is, no matter how well, how good we eat, how great we take care of our body. I mean, honestly, I feel like Julie and I are at a point where we take very good care of our body, but yet we still need a detox. I mean, just like you might keep your house clean, but you still need to do some cleaning, right? I mean, you still need to do some
The
picking up.
cobwebs.
What?
I said the cobwebs. You got to get
Yeah, you
you
got to
don't
get
clean the
down.
baseboards every
Right.
week and the ceiling fans every week, but you got to do it every now and then.
Exactly. Similar to, you might not be there yet. But if you might be like, well, I feel like I'm kind of at that level. Well, you still need a detox. And that's kind of why we wanted to level up, because this is really, like I said, more of an intensive detox. And it's really called a functional medicine detox because it does go into that phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification pathways. And so this detox has supplements, it has a fasting portion, and of course it has a diet portion to it. So there's supplements, like I said, that really help to open up those detoxification pathways. And let's talk about the fasting portion, because you're like, hold on, wait, you said there was fasting in this? So yes, don't let this be intimidating. I just want to encourage you with the fact that you can, even though if it seems hard, you can do hard things. And like Julie said, I really feel like a lot of my I can do this mentality has come from doing detoxes, really showing yourself for a specific amount of time. I can do this. This is only for 7 days. The fasting portion is for 2 days. You can do that. It's really here. We're not only leveling up our physical body. What we're doing is we're working on our mindset too, and this is such a huge part of that, because so much is mindset when it comes to our health. And so, the first 2 days of that 7-day detox are fasting. So you will not eat any physical food for 2 days. You do, however, get shakes, which have vitamins and minerals, nutrients, has protein in it as well. So I'm not saying that takes the complete edge off your hunger, but it does help sustain you. So you just don't feel, just like famished. And honestly, that we personally did it back in September, and I was not necessarily looking forward to it, I'll be honest, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. You kind of reach a level of hunger, and then you just kind of get used to it. And it's just what you do for those 2 days. And you're going to feel great. That's what I really want you to remember, whenever you think about doing this, you're going to feel awesome at the end of this. And so it's definitely worth it. But fasting is the best way to clean house. When your body doesn't have to exert energy to digest food, it can really get to that deep cleaning. And if you don't have a period where you're not eating, it can't get to the deep cleaning. And so, something else also, fasting, why it's awesome, is that autophagy takes place. And that's when our body cleans out the damaged cells and it regenerates new healthy cells. And I just want you to think about what happens to damaged cells. What is the byproduct of that? Disease states, cancer, big issues like that. Whenever our cells are not healthy and our body can't necessarily regenerate those, or can't get rid of the old ones, the damaged ones, because we don't have the energy and the capacity to do that, that is when things start to happen. And so I think it's really, really important to consider this is amazing for preventative things like that. But I just want to encourage you with the fact that you can do those first 2 days. But after that, you will get to actually have some food. So day 3 through 7, you're going to have a shake for breakfast. You're going to have something like a salad for lunch, another shake, and then like a paleo or a vegan or vegetarian style meal. And what's great about the guidance that we're going to give you, we're going to give you some great meals to eat. So you're going to be really ready for that salad on day 3. And we're going to give you some great recipes to make it really, really easy for you and tasty. So that's in a nutshell what the detox program entails. It actually is from a different company. It's from Equilibrium Nutrition. So that is going to be purchased separately. I'll get into that in just a minute. But first, I want Julie to kind of talk about the after detox life, because we found, like within our own self, our own journeys, and also from other people, they're like, well, now what do I do? Like, I feel really, really good after these 7, or whatever, however many days that the cleanse or detox has been. But now I'm not really sure what to do because I don't know, it's just kind of tricky. So talk about that, Julie.
Yeah, sure. And before I talk about that, I just want to speak to the fasting part that you talked about. I found that when we did this cleanse or detox in September, I mean, during those 2 days, I'm not going to say that I wasn't hungry. Okay. I'm not going to say that, because there were times where, but like Carrie said, like you kind of might have like a little, point where you feel more hungry, but then it kind of goes away and then you're fine. I really felt it was kind of strange. I really felt like very like calm and like peaceful, and like it's a little bit hard to explain, but I wasn't sitting there like you might imagine, like if you've never done fasting like this, you might be thinking you're sitting there thinking about food all the time. I mean, look, I fixed my family all their food and I was fine. Like I didn't, I'm not saying that when I smelled the food, sometimes I didn't get a little hungry, but I'm just saying, like, it's all mindset. It's like Carrie said, it's all mindset. If you set your mind to it and you say, I'm going to do this and I know I can do this, then of course you are. And of course you can, but one of the most exciting parts about this Level Up Detox to me is not only how we're going to feel after those first 7 days, but also what we've created for the following 2 weeks. So this is actually a 21-day detox, because the first, again, 7 days is the functional medicine detox. And then we go into where we kind of have laid it out so that you get to choose. You're going to really get to pick like one of 2 paths. Okay. So option 1 is if you kind of really ate junky and, not really healthy beforehand, you're going to choose option 1. And we're going to show you how to maintain some of the healthy habits that you've kind of learned and created during the first 7 days, and not go back to eating all of that junk. Because what will happen is very soon you'll lose momentum in your health and lose any, mental clarity that you gained, any weight that you lost, so you don't want to go backwards, right? We're doing this for a reason. We want it to kind of really, I think about it like catapulting our health into, the next level or where we want to go, sort of. So that's kind of option 1. And then option 2 is maybe for people that are a little bit more like Carrie and I, who are already eating pretty healthy. Maybe, you're gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, but obviously we can all level up, right? And so we're going to talk about kind of how to maintain those things, give you tips around that. And then we'll be doing some mindset work. And then we'll also be doing some workouts. And there are actually going to be some live workouts in our private Facebook group. Now, if you're not on Facebook, no worries, because we are going to send those out in a video or in an email to you, the video out in an email to you. So you'll definitely get access to all of that. But I'm really excited about the workouts, because I think that sometimes that's a missing piece too. We tell ourselves things like, I just don't have time for that. I don't have time to go to the gym. Well, you don't have to go to the gym. There's so many things that you can do at home. And I think sometimes we make excuses like that because it's the easier thing to do. But moving your body is huge for maintaining wellness in general. So we want to show you how you can, and we're going to be doing different types of workouts. So it's not going to, you may try one of them and be like, oh, that really wasn't for me, but at least at least you tried it. But so we'll offer you different options. Okay. So I'm really, really excited about that. So that's kind of the life after detox portion. So that's the last 2 weeks of the program. And so Carrie, as we wrap up, why don't you tell us, like, what are the dates? When are we doing this? How can they, if people are listening and they want to go ahead and say, yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to commit to this. How can they get the ebook and get the products?
Yeah. So as Julie mentioned, we all need a little detox, reset, cleanse, whatever it might be in January. So we wanted to really kick this off in January because we're excited to get a fresh, clean slate to kind of go into 2021 really strong in our health. And so we are going to start it early January. It will be January 10th that we'll start. And what you can do is you can go on our website and you can go check out more information about what we've talked about today. You can go to /Level Up Detox, and that'll give you a little bit more information. And you'll see that it's $27 to purchase the detox, the guidance from us. And then the Equilibrium Nutrition, the 7-day functional medicine detox, that will be purchased separately. So it's 2 different portions. And so you'll get information in that once you purchase our guidance, off the website, the $27, you'll get actually the link to purchase the other. And so you can go, you can purchase that now and then purchase the other part later. It's very flexible, whatever you'd like to do. I would like to mention at the time of this recording, they just had a sale on this detox. It was about 10% off. And I can almost bet they're probably going to do one again around Christmas. So we will definitely keep you updated on here. So if you want to go ahead and purchase our portion and you'll be on our email list, we'll actually email you and just make sure that you purchase the 7-day detox before we start and let you know if there's another sale. So that would be an easy way that you can go ahead and get on that list to be notified. But we are so excited about this. I just want to encourage you as we close, I think that this year has shown us that we need to be investing in our health and we need to really take it seriously because the thing is, we don't, just mentioned our rain barrel. We don't really know how full that is, to be honest, because it's not really. There are some, energy level, fatigue, headaches, maybe aches and pains that can kind of be warning signs, let's say, but it's really not until we have some sort of like a triggering event that we're really going to see it overflow and, kind of rear its ugly head, if you will. And so what a better way to just invest in yourself and to do a detox like this and really look to start leveling up in your health in a big way. And we feel we wouldn't have created this program if we didn't feel that this is one of the best ways to do that. So this video will be on the podcast coming soon, so you can listen to it and share it also with friends. If you think about, somebody that would love this information, please feel free to share this. I'm actually going to save this on our IGTV on A Natural Shift, so you can be able to access it and share it there as well. Thank you all so much for joining us. Any last words, Julie?
Nope. I'm excited. I hope many of you join us because, we need a fresh start. 2020 has maybe not been the greatest year for some people, and it's time to just kind of put that behind us and start 2021 fresh and really invest in your health. So, yep, excited.
All right. Well, we will see you all later. Thanks so much for joining us. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
You know what I was thinking?
So I can hear you.
I think that you might have been right. I bet it echoed, but it's fine. I can the audio just won't be quite as good. I can pull it off of that IGTV video.
You think it echoed on here?
I don't know. I'm going to go back and listen to it. But when I was thinking about it, when we were recording, I'm like, I bet it is, because if you can still hear me, you can probably hear that.
Yeah.
And it probably ain't going to sound right. So lesson learned.
Okay. Well, at least we know, I guess.
I like that it was on here, it's kind of like, I wish we could do both. That's what I'm kind of trying to figure out, how we can get the sound quality, yeah, and it still be on IGTV.
I know.
Because the thing is, like a long video like that, you can't upload it to IGTV. It has to be done live, and you have to, upload it right then.
Save it right then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
So anyway. Okay. Well, I'm going to put this on IGTV, and then I guess I'll probably have to do a short intro maybe, because I just jumped right in. I forgot.
Okay. And once you do it, let me know once it's in Libsyn, and I'll get it scheduled.
Okay. I'll either do it today or tomorrow, because I want to make sure it's done and not have to worry about it.
Okay. All righty. That sounds good.
Is there anything else? Oh, we needed that information for the email for 1229 for the detox, for the brand email.
Oh, we need to create
Yeah.
info. Okay. Okay. All right. I can work on that.
If you wouldn't mind, that way we're done with all the emails for. I mean, it should be able to just look at those notes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll work on that either today or tomorrow and get it done. There's something else I was going to tell you. I don't know. Never mind. I guess nothing.
What?
I guess there's nothing else. I was thinking there was something else, but I guess not.
Okay. All right. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.